Hi Collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationships with ourselves first, okay? So we can have a healthy relationship outside of ourselves, but it comes from managing our emotions. I know it can't be easy all the time, but this is Earth School. We need to graduate from our flaws, okay? So that we can identify our intuition for spiritual wealth, spiritual health, but it comes from the essence of love, okay? Loving self, loving others, loving beings, okay? But we have to learn to balance, all right? So you can co-create with the universe. Remember, all my readings are timeless, okay? We're looking at the energy of hopelessness, all right? Someone's in the thoughts, all right, of thinking that things are quite hopeless, right? You could be an Aquarius person. We're looking at the despair in the air. Maybe someone's focused on the negativity, okay? Because now we're having a lack of faith. Maybe some of you have a lack of faith in God. We'll have, when you have that kind of like thoughts, it's not bringing in that inspiration for long-term success. So now you're looking at someone's lack of creativity. Maybe someone's bored because of despair in the air of a pair of inspirations. That's a lack of creativity, no creative inspiration, but boredom in the dorm of the borderline of negativity. Lack of faith in God, hopelessness in the nest of hope. Now we see despair in the air because someone's focused on something very negative. Maybe someone's got so much in their mind that they're not really speaking. The throat chakra is broken down to pieces, raining down the rains of pain, blocking the heart of the soul. Maybe someone feels hopeless in a friend. Maybe someone feels they're focusing on negativity when it comes to reunion, when it comes to celebrations or parties. Someone may be focused on the negativity when it comes to socializing or gathering, okay, for peaceful resolution. So now we're seeing a lack of inspiration towards happiness. Or maybe someone feels like maybe there's got a broken engagement or wedding. So now we're looking at hopelessness to a party or a graduation. Some of you are looking at happy times though with a friend you thought was a friend, but now you feel like someone is not planning for tomorrow. And you know what, right? It's true, you know. I don't think people plan for long-term success, whether that's family, relationships, business, whatever. Because you know what? It's funny. I was on TikTok to check on my download. And some of these parents, man, the way they create content is heartbreaking. Because they're not planning for tomorrow. Because when you've got your children and you think their rudeness is entertainment, you're not thinking of long term. Because you don't think about their future relationships. You're not thinking about, why am I getting emotional, man? You're not thinking about like their jobs or their public opinion towards them. Because it can always go back to like the archive, do you know what I mean, of when they were younger. It's not like the world is their family, but you can go back to your family album and it's little private funny joke between you guys. It's something in the past. But when someone makes a mistake in life, when it comes to within the public will always go back to that. And you don't know the mental strength of that child when it gets older. I think people are playing a very dangerous game when it comes to content and using children. I think they need more regulation, because I think it's sad, because I think later on it's going to be an impact, man. And our children are future leaders. You lot can't be trying to create gatherings of followers by using your children this way, you know? Like, you have a mother and she's being AI. You be AI. If your children want to be involved, cool, but they're up all night. Some of them are DJing till all night, 2 in the morning. You got some children wearing wigs and the dress, and it's a boy. It's too much. 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 It's wounding. It's wounding, man. It's an ongoing battle with people just like using people, and they're not realizing the depth of how they're using people. So that's why I have a lot of like understanding for like my masculine, because he's been abused from a child, man. That's a lot. And I love him even more so because he did try. And I love people that do try, because he tried through farming. But unfortunately, again, someone interrupts. Why? Because it's a personal agenda. You don't got to stop abusing children. And I don't think you don't realize how much indirect impact you're doing on someone's future. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much, man. It's hurtful, man. I don't know how you can't feel it. And that was an act for 13-year-olds. Now it's just taken over by adults acting like children. They're not planning for tomorrow. I can't wait for God's head to come out of the sky. I can't wait, man. We can't keep setting up our young children like this. Like, I feel so sorry for Addy. I really do, man. It can't be easy, like, being, like, in a bad situation as a child. You give your heart to your friends, and they abuse you in the middle of creating a film about you being abused as a child. And then someone plays your mum, and then they abuse you. So he's always going to be in that childlike situation, because it's like he's not being able to grow freely. Why? Because every fucking step he takes, there's an abuser. It's wrong, man. And they tell you that their mother's right, women's rights. You played his mum and you abused it. Do you know how much that hurts? It really hurts my feelings. It hurts, man. It hurts. Someone doesn't have an intuition. So when you don't have an intuition, we're not connected to God properly, okay? So now there's kind of like hopelessness in the air, because people are not using their intuition, man. Okay? To create their own independence of wealth. It's just abuse, 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 abuse. Imagine playing someone's mum and you still end up abusing them in the end. It's just wrong, man. Just for independent wealth. It's just wrong. Karmics can be so heartless, because they're looking at like financial security. These parents need to stop. It's just so hurtful, man. I don't know why people can't feel. I feel too much, man. Empath, innit? So what happens, you take on the collective energy, don't you? So someone's collecting on investments, driving on someone's business, but someone's not really planning for tomorrow when it comes to independent wealth, you know? Especially for these children. They're setting them up for later on for their own independent wealth, you know? Because they're just putting these children in compromising positions. And all you got to do is look back on the iCard. Once it's on the internet, that's it. So someone's looking at bad news, you know, about independent wealth, because now you're looking at sadness, pain in the rain when it comes to the heart. Too much sadness in the nest of wealth. Unrequited love, blocked emotions, infertilities, it's just too much. We're not taking care of each other. But you've got to take care of yourself first. You know, so this helplessness when someone comes to someone's pain, sadness, it could be a Scorpio, Pisces person, you know, heavy Pisces on the table at the moment. Maybe they're a bit scared about the independent wealth, financial, when it comes to the emotions, you know, because the emotions is not in the lotion of creaming with the soul, because the soul's born to love, you know, you need the emotions, the water, the tears, you know, it's important. Tears bringing healing. This is why I was cuss my masculine. Yeah, I do call him a pum. Yeah, I do. I call him a coward, because it's all right to cry. It's all right to show emotions. It brings in that healing, you know. So someone has a lack of inspiration, lack of creativity. All right. Maybe when it comes to expansion, when it comes to the power of expanding someone's power, it comes from the unconscious nature, you know, of trying to bring in your great transformation. So the transformation is not happening. Why? Because it's focused on the negative, and it's more focused on celebrations, parties, socializing, gathering. So now when you go into that situation, it's going into indecisiveness when it comes to friendships or love. Do you know what I mean? Because now, because someone has a lack of hope, they're more in the energy of being around people to gossip. Because why? They have a lack of self-awareness, you know? So now you're looking at unwilling to learn a karmic lesson. Maybe a friend of yours. Maybe someone's falling from grace because you've got the star upside down. So maybe a famous friend is unwilling to learn a karmic lesson. You know, the negativities to, you know, the decisions that they make comes from a low energy part of self. And when you come in with that sort of low decisions, it becomes indecisions. And then you probably try and dress it up by doing, you know, party, too much party. No one's focusing on the individual kind of like self-reliancy. It comes with hard work, man. You know, independent wealth, it needs self-awareness, all right? It needs self-evaluation. It needs self-development. It needs self-reflection to strive in that business to bring that freedom, okay? So I could be talking to a water sign person, or I could be talking to people that don't have no damn emotions. And maybe I've got karmics on the line. They come to talk to Dr. Vivi. No, never mind. So now you're looking at bad news when it comes to like love, you know, a sparkle of love when it comes to unions. Because we need to seek our own independent wealth. You have to love yourself first. And it's an upside down cup. So maybe you're thinking about an earth sign or water sign person. You're thinking to yourself, like, you got to love yourself before you can love anybody. Before you can even love your bloody wealth. You got to love yourself before you lose your wealth of self, of the value that becomes devalued. Why? Because of lack of self-awareness, you know? Unwilling to learn karmic lesson. Karmic means, you know, every action has a reaction, you know. How you treat people is what comes back to you, you know. So people tend to look at the reaction of something, but they tend to not look at the fine details of the action. And the action could have been worse than the reaction. But people look at the reaction. No, I think it's wrong. You need to look at the action and the reaction. To understand, to come to a peaceful resolution so everybody can move on. So it seems like someone's coming to a painful resolution to a painful resolution to a peaceful resolution to move on, because somebody wants to compromise, wants to communicate, because now someone wants to end the conflict. All right, that's in the air. Maybe somebody wants to end the conflict with an Aquarius person, because they bring hopelessness to hope when there's meant to be hope. But they bring hopelessness to hope, you know? Why? Because the lack of faith in God, the lack in faith in themselves. So now we're looking at a situation where somebody wants to end, you know, a conflict and come to a peaceful resolution. You could be a Pisces person. You could be a King of Cups. You could be the masculine in his emotional intelligence, because he understands. On his head, it was like he's always got bad news when it comes to like love, you know, from friendships. And it's always about the independent wealth. How can you make me look like I'm independently wealthy? So maybe he comes across as someone who doesn't plan for tomorrow, because someone's always playing on the emotions. Because now Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer is all about emotions, the lesson of peace. So now you understand, maybe you're thinking of a masculine King of Cups, all right? The King of Cups, he's looking at bad news when it comes to emotions, broken dreams. He came across very trustworthy, or the masculine wants to come in trustworthy, and he wants to end. He wants to have a peaceful resolution. Because maybe a Gemini person can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And continue improving, you know, and let go of any negative stress and bring in more hope and not despair in the air. And I think you guys need to think a little bit more as well when it comes to your children. I know we all need to pay our rent. I get it. We all love the finer things in life. I get it. But we can't set our children up to be wounded by the soul. Do you know what I mean? We've got to be a bit more resilient than that. So now someone's looking at sadness and pain and the rain in the heart because of unrequited love, or someone blocked their emotions due to people keep playing with their emotions as a child right up until they were adult. And it was all about independent wealth, all right? So now we're looking at the thoughts of maybe the masculine, divine masculine, looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. Especially when it comes to independent wealth, because it was laying down a lot of sadness. And sometimes they find women that want more independent wealth than emotion, okay? Because it's matching it, projection. All right, so now we're covering, we're improving, and we're going into our independent wealth, okay? All right, because someone's probably watering the thoughts and making love to themselves, you know? Make love to yourself. Don't let love let you down. Because you let yourself down. It's okay to cry sometimes. Just try and manage your emotion. It's not always easy, but at least you can try, you know? God loves a trier. Just try. Because now we're looking at the emotions of regret, maybe from a Pisces person that's probably looking at empathy of like being handed a gift from God to create your independent wealth, to bring the light at the end of the tunnel, to recover your financial improvements and for love. But unfortunately, somebody was focusing on the negative and someone went into self-overindulgence. So now we're looking at buttons of depression. And that's what they kept pressing. So now they're on borderline of boredom. So now you're looking at frustrations when it comes to your emotions, because someone's very wary. So now maybe because of wariness, you have to start wearing meditation and start going within oneself, okay? And start like coming out of fantasies and stop being a fantasist and start looking for fans. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what fans means? Fanatics. You don't want fanatics, man. Start trying to help people to grow into gardeners, to plant their seeds. So now we're looking at the hand of God. Somebody's in regret when it comes to knowledge and wisdom about love, unrequited love. Now, this is where I would always suggest to people, when you're looking at your dreams and stuff outside of yourself, look out for the signs of synchronicities. Don't just say, oh, I saw 222 or 111 or 333. What does it mean? What is angels, God is trying to say to you so you can come out of a negativity or frustration when it comes to your emotions? Because someone bringing indecisions when it comes to hope, all right? Because they were looking more for self-indulgence in power. They were looking for more like, because they had self-doubt and they were doing malicious gossiping, they were talking about a friend, maybe a curious person. Because this King of Cups is meant to be very intuitive, because that's what King of Cups is meant to represent, intuition as well, all right? Because you can use your intuition and your psychic abilities to make many swift movements. Because remember, how did like Mansa get from one country to the next, or Columbus to one country to the next, or whatever, back in the time without sat-nav? Without like GPS and stuff? It was our emotions. We understood it was a reflection of the ocean, and my body is the ship. So if a ship can sail in that ocean, that means if my emotions is like aligned with the ocean, I can sat-nav my way through to another country. I hope I'm explaining it right. So now you're looking at a peaceful resolution. Why? Because there was injustice. Because somebody was misusing their intuition. So they were giving bad advice. They were scheming. They were looking at a fraudster. This is why they want an apology. They want to say sorry. Because now you're looking at maybe an alcoholic or a drug addict or someone who looks only out for themselves. Because they were more into friendships when it comes to unions, when it comes to festive time. That's all they cared about. They didn't care about God to a cup, okay? They were more into abusing someone's emotions, all right? So someone who does not plan for tomorrow, especially when it comes to these children, man. There you go. So someone wants a peaceful resolution. Oh, my gosh, not again. Maybe he's thinking about a Taurus person, a Aquarius person, the resolution. For me and Taurus, never going to happen. Never. I don't care how angry I am with Adiwali. What she did to him and involved me, never going to happen. Told you already. You love him, you love me. You don't like him, you don't love me. And that's going to be permanent. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you lot think. So you're looking at bad business. Maybe this masculine is looking at his foundation. He needs a peaceful resolution when it comes to his like friendship group. Because now they're looking at a bad business deal when it comes to his being practicality. Why? Because he's misusing his intuition and acting on bias. He's very prejudiced, a very malicious person. He looks at manipulation because he has a lack of emotional control. So he's not recognizing his intuition to bring about his wealth within the oceans of the lotion so he can cream up himself in good health and good wealth. No, he's doing manipulation. So you're looking at emotional intelligence lack. Okay? Now, because of this now, it has to show a friend group, maybe to show him that you're not moving. Why does it take people to tell you sometimes? What you need to study your emotions, my friend. So now you're looking at King of Cups, all right? He's looking at the inability to move forward. Maybe he's fear in the beginning because he keeps repeating the same negative pattern because he's hopeless. He focused on a lot of negativity. Maybe he's a cokehead. I don't know. Take it to resonate, but he's a karmic masculine. This is his appearance. But when it comes to emotions, all right, and his thoughts, not it. Not it. Maybe he wants the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to independent wealth. Maybe he's looking at a Gemini person because in the past, they created challenges, okay? He was self-sacrificing. He was doing self-sabotaging. This is why he wants a piece of resolution because there seems to be a situation where there was underhand behavior towards a friend, maybe a Aquarius person with a Taurus person. So now they're looking at bad news. Why? Because somebody wants a piece of resolution with a Aquarius person or his thoughts because he's thinking a light in the tunnel. Or only because he wants a piece of resolution. Why? Because they see Aquarius Gemini's independent wealth. Move your fucking manipulation, King of Cups. It's still not going to happen. Never. Never. So if you're looking for a piece of resolution, you're having a laugh. Because as soon as I find out who your face is, you're going on thumbnail. Remember, we all are energy, all right? And we all do things differently. I don't know, King of Cups. This could be someone else. But it could be someone in my masculine's energy. Do you know what I mean? I'm just letting him know as well. And light in the tunnel with who? With who? With who? Me? You must be mad. You must be mad. You're bonkers, man. Yeah, there you go. You're bonkers after you're lying, deceiving, trickery, and all that. No, cheating, thieving from Aquarius, Gemini person. No, with an Earth sign person. No, dangerous, risky biscuit. You took the cookie crumble with the monster. So you're looking at the cookie monster with his risky biscuit. No. Enemy masquerading as a friend. No, spying, lack of consciousness, man. So you must be joking, strategic. Remember, everything starts from self first, you know. So all you're thinking about is you're resourceful. Now you could be resourceful on your own and find your own light at the end of the tunnel without getting any piece of resolution from the person you tried to gang up on. Not happening. Find your own closure, trying to escape interactions. Never mind. Find your own piece of resolution, man, on your own, because it's not going to happen from me. I'll tell you that. I don't forgive no karmic. No way. No way. Especially when you lot played on Adiwali's emotions when it comes to his children. And you're a man. If this is something to do with me as well. No, because we're energy, remember. So I just invoke myself right there. I don't know a King of Cups. So then you're looking at like Sagittarius. Maybe a Sagittarius person looking at her own independent wealth. And he wants a light in the tunnel because maybe he's flogging a dead horse. When it comes to Earth sign independent wealth, that's looking for an end of a light of a tunnel, but he's flogging a dead horse. Or he thinks about a Sagittarius person he wants a light at the end of the tunnel with, and maybe she feels like he's flogging a dead horse. Oh, regret, stagnations for stagnations, back stalemates to soulmates. So now they're looking at cellmates and spiritual prison and too fast. Somebody was sitting on the fence. Maybe Sagittarius is sitting on the fence. Maybe she's sitting on the fence. Maybe a Gemini person. Definitely won't be me ever. Maybe looking at painful choice because maybe someone was torn between two relationships. So they had divided loyalty within this friendship group. It's all about a friendship group. and independent wealth and empathy. I don't know how you can find empathy when there's no emotion. No one don't even like each other anyway. I just think you should just pack up and just say bye. And just be truthful. If I gave you £1, I was supposed to take it, just get it back. There's no need to argue. You're not meant to be big people. Remember, independent wealth. Friends in a ship, sailing in a piece of shit. Yeah, got the King of Cups, man. What's the end of light the tunnel, man? Maybe it's such a Sagittarius person. Or earth sign person. Yeah, Sagittarius person, Queen of Wands. She's looking away. And he's looking at her, looking away. She needs to find her own sense of business. Maybe she's like, he feels he's flogging a dead horse because he comes across as if she's a good businesswoman. She's got the confidence, you know, she's attractive. That's probably what it is, that magnetic traction. I think that's what it is. And people just think, oh, look, they're vibrant, see, they're like, you know, independent, they're joyful when it comes to enterprise, the limelight. But sometimes you don't really got to think where these people get their shit from, man. You can't judge people by their appearance no more. That's rubbish. Rubbish, because you don't know how they got it. No matter what they say, how they got it, no. Maybe they want a peace of resolution for Queen of Swords. She's probably looking at Queen of Swords. No, it's not happening. No, 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 no. So that now we're talking about the thoughts of domination. We're thinking about maybe a Aquarius person. Maybe thinking about the fair judgment of making a right decision. Now they feel like, nah, she's standing up for herself. That's why she turned her back to all of these people. No, I don't care. No, it's not happening. I told you that what I'm like, didn't believe. I'm not like you lot. Public appearance. I'm not that person. So now it's time to just stand up for yourself on your own, find your own peaceful resolution, because it's not happening with me. So you got to be clear about your needs and wants, and they understand about my needs and wants. You can go on your knees and beg all you like, but you better get to God. I don't believe in worshipping no one. Go and worship God. Don't ever go on your knees for nobody. No, not happening. Even if my masculine goes on his knees for marriage, I'm going on my knees as well. I'm not doing all that beggy beatrice shit. It's madness, affairs. Cha. Allow yourself, man. The Queen of Swords, she has lost and suffered a lot. And she's gone through a lot of hardship. And this is what makes more time in Aquarius an intellectual, analytical woman. It's the hardship and the loss that they go through. They'll go through the struggle. You can study an Aquarius person. Most Aquarians gone through the most hardship, but they'll always keep going because it's the information. You can always make transformations. Keep going. She's suffered every loss you can think of, every hardship. And these people think it was fucking funny, laughing, joking, being malicious, and you want that person to say, it's all right now. I don't think so, man. You're barking up the fucking wrong tree, bruv. No. Go and keep your same energy when you're laughing with your friends, celebrating, trying to battle with an Aquarius person at any cost. Even behind the masculine's back, they were doing it. He didn't even fucking know some of the stuff. It's wrong, man. And you want me to apologize? You want to come apologize to me? At this point, you're mad. You're crazy. Looking at people's inheritance. Mind your business. Too extra, man. Keep out of people's business, bro. With your hopelessness and despair of a pair. Maybe this top masculine was torn between two. Alright, a fire sign and an earth sign woman within a friend group. So now you're looking at, maybe he's looking for a peaceful resolution, wants to move on. Because now maybe they see someone very inspirational. Maybe a Pisces person that's talking. Maybe a Pisces person's talking about an Aquarius person, how inspirational they are, but it came from a malicious line. Now you see it, now you don't. Or you didn't see it, now you do, and now you don't. All right? It's like, I feel like when we're about to pass over, I reckon if you see gates of heaven closed, I feel like you don't took the piss so much out of God that you don't see it. And by the time you walk over there, you don't. It's gone. You don't abuse the situation. Now you see the inspiration of Aquarius person when it comes to house 12. All right? When it comes to like the hidden strength or weaknesses of an Aquarius person, they feel this person is a very inspirational person. All right? So you're looking at the concerns of an institution. Okay? Or maybe such thing as maybe like a healing kind of like company, but they're looking at the strength of the intuition when it comes to describing the fears of a hidden enemy within the masculine's camp. So now you're looking at maybe the collective unconscious mind as well, because now you're looking at spirituality and karma. Because remember 12. Remember I'm new at this, you know. House 12, right? It's all about karma. Do you understand? It's all about results from past acts. So the past act was an indecision about an Aquarius person. So they started going around doing malicious gossiping about a fire sign and an Aquarius person. So now they're having the lack of their own doubt. Well, because they were laughing about it, celebrating. They were proper buyers. Now they're looking at isolation. They want it for an Aquarius person. Yeah. You want peaceful resolution now? Too late now. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people when they see God's head come out. And a lot of people come as inspiration to people to help through your songs, your stories. And when people start stealing, you see when God's head come out, all of you lot's going to regret it. A lot of people in Hollywood, Nollywood, UK, entertainment, even normal people, you lot are going to regret it. Because every gift that's given to us from skills, from talent, is given through a vessel of us to plant heaven on earth. No, you don't want to fucking fight other people's shit. Act like you lot are friends, masquerading as a friend. No, get lost. Looking at people's rebirth. No, bye. You must be mad. Karmic masculine, go sit down. Go sit down off on your mother. So now you're looking at, right, the spiritual forces is also the Aquarius's inspiration, all right? The spiritual world is a good friend. But we're looking at hidden enemy. Please use your intuitions, my darling. And this is what people are talking about. An Aquarius person is an inspiration. It came from when they said that she was hopeless and they bring negative talking. The King of Cups, he brings self-doubt, malicious gossiping with an earth sign person about an Aquarius person. These people are meant to be friends, all right? Or the friend of the masculine. So now they don't want to chat now, but they was busy gossiping now. But now this is the inspiration of a Aquarius person. Not they can't even talk. They done all the talking before. Yeah, be careful with your friendship groups, all right, collective. So when people's talking about you, all right, or when you're in a group and they're talking about people, always remember when you're not in that room, they're talking about you too. Okay, so always be careful, all right? Because somebody wants a friendship with Aquarius person. They want a friendship with Aquarius person. Maybe a Libra, Aquarius person. Maybe because he's looking at the thoughts of the foundation of like a piece of resolution, want to move on after a bad business deal. Because now you're looking at someone's financial management, not really finishing what they started. So we could be looking at friends, what a peace resolution. The friends could be maybe a Taurus person or Aquarius person, or Taurus wants a peaceful resolution. It's not my friend, can't be me, bro. That's not my friend. Don't know these people. Or maybe the masculine's friends want a peaceful resolution with an air sign person. That's not happening. That's what you have done to Adiwali. You're fucking mad. That's not me, bro. He can forgive you. I'm not that person. I'm not that one. I won't be forgiving you. He can. I'm not. So now you're looking at a situation, right, when someone's questioning their relation when it comes to maybe a husband, a wife, or a long-term partnership within their friend group. So you can be looking at harmony within a long-term situation when it comes to their energy. Maybe they've been friends for a very long time, but someone wants harmony, all right, because they want to bring in a situation where there was a disagreement because it was based on money. Now they want an agreement, maybe a business agreement, money agreement, negotiation. You could do that through Adiwa. That's not my business. Now you're looking at partnership, business partnership. They can do that through him as well. Not my business, man. So because they're looking at a lawsuit as well. Maybe looking at contracts. Maybe a Leo person, Libra, or Sun sign Libra. Yeah, Sun sign Libra, Aquarius, and house career too. All right. So we're looking at festive harmony now. Someone feels someone's an inspiration when it comes to harmony within a group. Because it seems to be like they weren't really planning for tomorrow, this group. So what's out in the open? Oh, I don't know which way it came now. I will go this way. What's out in the open? Optimism. When it comes to, they're too optimistic when it comes to learning. So now they're going to be learning about lawsuit, and they're going to be reading about a book that's going to be published. These could be foreigners, okay, or they're looking at their culture. And that's their mood right now, is that probably they wish they looked for long term, because they're more looking at short term. It was more about festive. They're more optimistic about festive times, you know, maybe trying to create fake weddings, engagements, that happy feeling was not happy, you know. So now maybe they were more optimistic when it comes to gossiping and bringing self-doubt and malicious gossip about an Aquarius person and a fire sign person. So now we're looking at situation, okay, or it could be the Aquarius's energy, because fire is energy. This is our energy, is fire signs, isn't it? So now they're looking at someone's independent wealth, all right? Maybe a Pisces person is looking at someone's telepathic communication, or telepathic, or a new birth of something. So now we're looking at independent wealth when it comes to creating a new birth. Maybe someone's having a baby. So this is ending like the tunnel. Maybe such a Sagittarius person feels like they were flogging a dead horse, an immature person, or when it comes to projects, or someone maybe has a something like one with an earth sign person who were birthing something, and maybe they got, yeah. These two, they can't be trusted. So now you're looking at house 4. It's like family, friends. This is like an event that's happening. Is a light in the tunnel. Maybe there's going to be a birth happening. They're often optimistic about a baby happening maybe in the future. But it feels like maybe she feels like maybe having children for this masculine was flogging a dead horse. Or this earth sign person, she throws away a lot of babies to bring the light into her tunnel. She likes fame too much. She's a dash rebelly person. Dash rebelly, this one. So now we're looking at birth of a new project, okay? By using the one's intuition. Okay, so somebody was looking and was not planning for tomorrow. There was more planning for independent wealth, okay, through a mother or father's house, or family land, or just land or estate on a garden. This is what it was summing up to. If you have picnic for this person, it's only because they want independent wealth through inheritance. Can I see the inheritance? Yeah, you have to look at your intuition, people. The ancestors are proper ringing you lot's ears. Maybe you need to start washing your ears out. These karmics don't listen. Now you look at sadness. Maybe you're thinking about a King of Cups. Sad. You can't move. Just bibbing up the place. Farting up the place. Farting the art. Why? Because it comes to vision is sad. Vision is sad. This vision comes to sadness, to this Queen of Wands. It's come to the emotions of regret. She's got a lot of regrets. Why? Because she also maybe needs to question herself about her own hidden strengths and weaknesses. She's probably concerned about institution when it comes to maybe a jail term, or when it comes to maybe their church or hospital or something, or when it comes to going into the archives, into a library, they've got something to do with spirituality, and or armed services, something like that. But there seems to be a hidden enemy. So now there seems to be an energy of fear. And especially when it comes within the collective unconscious mind, because this is spirituality. Remember, the collective mind is becoming more conscious. Do you know what I mean? It's opening. So they're looking at karma. Because someone was looking at manipulation behind maybe this Queen of Wands. But you've got to balance your emotions and use your third eye and do some self-reflection. And so you can see the reflect. You know what it is? You've got to balance like within, with the universe, outside yourself. Because some of you are looking at obstacles now. Because now the sadness and the pain and the rain when it comes to visions, because unrequited love. Maybe she didn't see that in the vision. Why could they not use an intuition? You don't know when people are finessing y'all. Someone's looking at miscarriage or infertility. Somebody just wants to strive for business. Someone's saying they're going to have babies for you or was pregnant. They're lying, man. Or I had a miscarriage. Lie. Probably for someone else. King of Cups. Looking at achievements. All right. Somebody was in decision with a fire sign person when it comes to achievement. But now someone feels very inspired. Maybe by a fire sign or an air sign person. Aquarius person. Because now you're looking at Pluto. You're looking at a situation where someone is looking at power of someone's achievements when it comes to inspiration. The power of inspiration is coming through as like a public life. Someone standing up within a community, and it's going to be an inspiration to the community and the collective. So now you're seeing maybe a situation, someone feels inspired and wants a peaceful resolution with Aquarius person. Because now we're looking at the soul of the self, the energy when it comes to house 10. House 10 is like standing up within your community, because you always got to stand up to bullies. Always. You know, everyone has a voice. You know, your social media is your voice. If you can use your voice to help the collective, do that. Do you know what I mean? Right, so someone's looking at the career, someone's achievement when it comes to the career. They see it very powerful, very inspirational. So now someone's looking at someone's social status and the attitude to their parenting as well. They want to bring harmony. That's not happening. That's not happening. And that's not happening. I'm very stubborn, you know. A lot of Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarius person, or maybe Aries person, Aries is even worse, I think. I think Aries, man, they're so stubborn because they're in their heads. Remember, because Aries is the first zodiac out and Aries is the first head, isn't it? That's when you're having a baby, the head comes out first. The Aries, the intellect. Do you know what I mean? The inspiration, the fire. The fire sign comes out first, you know? So you're looking at like social status, being happy, illumination of someone's career, authority. Someone's looking at their career and the life direction, someone's achievements. And now they want a peaceful resolution. Because now you're looking at the emotional intelligence. And the emotional intelligence on the masculine's mind, on this man's mind, King of Cups. Is someone who does not plan for tomorrow, too optimistic when it comes to gatherings, more or less, and more or less like profit. They don't listen. Yeah, principles. They're looking at the principles of this Aquarius person and they want harmony. They love the principles, man. It's God's principle, nothing to do with me, you know, and nothing to do with me. Or Sagittarius. Sagittarius looking at someone was in this group. People exaggerate and being very irresponsible and very tactless. And now they want a piece of resolution. Because now they see the career of someone's principle when it comes to career. And when it comes to like this group of people seeing the belief, all right, of someone's philosophy that brings harmony. Maybe these people are overseas. Maybe they want to travel forward. But you're looking at a foreign place. Someone's looking at someone's higher learning from a far place. Look at maybe an academic situation. Because now we're looking at Sagittarius, someone seeking into someone's career, or someone looked into someone's spiritual records, basically. It's deeper than tarot, all right? So this is like church shit, this is spiritual shit, but they can literally look into your archives, all right? So they're looking at restlessness now, because they're restless. It could be a pastor, you know. Could be a pastor. Could be a preacher, someone in this like, yeah, man. I think it's a pastor. As soon as I find out who you are, you'll fucking listen. I had a dream once, and this pastor came up to me, and he was trying to like swap destiny with me or something. The energy was strong though. It's like he tried to take out my powers from his head or something. And then suddenly, he just came up, he had a proper preacher robe on. It's like he's got it's very rich, kind of. This robe. And he's saying, like, where are you going? He had a hat like, kind of like this, but yeah. Had to come out the way, man. You know, you're nowhere near higher rank than me. Not in the spiritual world. No way. You had to move out the way. He was upset. See, he went into my book. I saw him go over to my book because I said, my name's in the book. And he went over to one book to have a look. And he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. Especially if he works in a spiritual place. That's very, like, has private information. He's in fucking trouble. In the spiritual world. Lust, man, all about lust. They can act an ability for lust, the love of money. That's what it was. So they weren't looking for tomorrow. It was a love of money and independence. It was all about the love of success. So now they want a light at the end of the tunnel. Because now he feels like the foundation of the King of Cups feels like he has an inability to move forward. See, there's the beginning now. Yeah, because he likes the originality of Aquarius person. That's why he wants a peaceful resolution. No, should have thought about that before. You don't look at someone, pick on someone, see they're really good and say, oh, come, I'd be friends now. Why? Because you see opportunity. That's what you can do. Spin that. Spin it right on your mum. That's what you would do. He's looking this way and his mind is heavily on a peaceful resolution. He wants to move forward, compromise, communicate. You could be dealing with Sagittarius person, Aquarius person. And a Taurus person, or Scorpio person, take it as you resonate, or Gemini person, take it as you resonate. So now they're looking at someone's originality, because remember, Aquarius is all about the intellect, brotherhood. It's all about humanity. It's all about visions, visionaries, pioneer, because they get a lot of messages, because you've got to have the mind in unconditional love. So you get lots of messages, downloads, so you can build within yourself. Do you understand? But your throat, it's got to be coming from love, brethren. But this masculine is too fucking nosy. He wants harmony because he's not moving forward. He fears the beginning. He wants a light at the end of the tunnel. Very enthusiastic. He was very enthusiastic though when it comes to the money thing. Yeah. Philosophy. This person is a philosophy. But not giving the right advice though. He done some form of higher learning, law, religion. I think he's a religious person. But someone's looking at a birth of a book. Originality when it comes to Aquarius person. They're birthing maybe a publishing company. Birthing a production company maybe. So someone wants to let go of that negative stress under the dress. Because now there's stress of missed opportunities. Disillusions, illusions, ill. Your mind needs sorting out, or your emotions. Something to sit down and someone needs to sit down and start looking at their emotions. Because now behind the Queen of Swords, Queen of says that you're on your own. I don't care what you don't think right now. No, as long as you leave my stuff alone, leave my husband's stuff alone, and go forward. What he does is his business, but just leave his shit alone. Flexibility. They are in regret of not being flexible. Serves you right. Not my problem. I don't know these people from nowhere. You don't know them back to... I don't know you lot from nowhere. Back to back. Hey, it's like Wild Wild West. Back to back. She's the referee, spectator. Yeah, back to back. What have you got? Nothing. Just got a cup of water. I got a sword. What you got? Nothing. That's why you don't pick on people, because you don't know people. Mind your business next time. Mind your business, man. Money ain't power, baby. You can't intimidate everybody with your money. Sorry, King of Cups. So now you look at a situation, King of Cups, that you can't move forward. This is what you're probably thinking about with King of Cups, or King of Cups is thinking about the situation. Because now we're looking at a situation where this King of Cups is now thinking, oh no, Queen of Wands is probably thinking now. What are you thinking, Queen of Wands? Please think about being more versatile. She wants to be more flexible with her creativity. Maybe she's looking at being more versatile when it comes to her communication. And she's probably looking at the versatility of someone's visions when it comes to downloads of messages. Someone's looking at someone's documents. It could be a sister or a brother. Siblings. Focus. These siblings focus too much on negativity. Maybe the Queen of Wands. Maybe they could be siblings, you know. Could be a sibling thing. Childhood. Queen of Wands. King of Cups. Could be siblings. Frustrated. Or it could just be bloody wife. But they do have problems with their siblings, though. These lot. Brother and sister. That kind of relationship. Or maybe they had a brother and sister relationship. Or probably that's what he wants from her. It's not, I don't know. Take it as it resonates for some of you lot. We're looking at flexibility. Or maybe looking at a sister-in-law, maybe. I don't know why I heard that. Wariness. Very wary. Very wary. Yeah, extremism. Women say it does the ism, the schism, the listens, the last, too much. This King of Cups, bad boy. Let's see how bad you are now. With your secret cults and shit. Yeah, extremism now. Yes, looking at house 8. Man is looking at questions when it comes to people's legacies, inheritance. He's done it through manipulation. This King of Cups. Could be a Scorpio person. Because he was looking at shared finances on other people's money. Other people partner money. And possession. Other people partner money. That's what he's looking at. I wonder if this was Queen of Wands. I wonder if that's Addie's sister or something. These people take the fucking piss, man. You mean to tell me? You see, these cums that have no behaviour. They don't have no behaviour, you know. They finesse a woman as well. Oh, what, your brother's famous? Well, let me squeeze in now. Or you got a friend that's famous. Let me squeeze in now. I'll be a friend. I'll be a boyfriend. I'll be a husband because you're going to, you know, someone famous. Small-minded rat. Extremism, man. Extremism. This person's into cult. You know when someone's into spirituality? So it's gone a little bit too far into the depth of darkness. This is this one. Extremism, man. He's misusing his intuition. He does dark spiritual pattern. I think this masculine is a partitioner. He kind of like a part. Extremism, you know. Extremism with upside down higher priestess. Nah, he's not good, man. He's giving bad advice. This masculine is not good, man. I can see pure fights over letters, down lows. He's sitting on some truth, though. He's standing on some truth. He's standing on, like, he's creating white lies, thinking it can, like, cover up this big lie, but it's not working. He's trying to control. That's what it looks like. But he's not controlling it. He's being quite violent when it comes to his verbal outbursts. Maybe it's going to be news of death. Maybe of a Taurus person. Or death as in endings, you know. Because someone's looking for like a solution of a great problem. Because maybe they're in discussion. This Scorpio person is right now having a big fight with a Taurus person. They're having a very big discussion about a very big life problem. It's going to be drastic. It's going to be a drastic change. Because they've got a change of opinion now. And these two are fighting. A King of Cups and a Taurus person is fighting. When I mean fight, I mean like some verbal violent abuse about dark spiritual practices. They've been caught now. But this is a situation where someone, Scorpio, he's talking about a deep, penetrating thinker. And that's the thing about, and this is what he's thinking, because he's in his thoughts. Aquarius thought, isn't it? He invented something. He's the original to this extremism. Maybe he's the original when it comes to a partition like him. He was making something for this Taurus person. Yeah. He was penetrating. I reckon he found. I reckon he's the one she's been paying. I reckon it's him. Because they're fighting. Now I literally can hear screaming, shouting, verbal, bad abuse. They're talking about their personalities of wildly being speculated. It shouldn't have went this way. And they're looking over like the lies that they created that was very secretive, and it's not a secret no more. And they don't want to waste time talking unless they have something worthwhile to say to each other. Because right now it's under the energy of like some real like violent verbal outbursts. Because there was a lot of malicious gossiping due to the lack of awareness, maybe the achievements of a fire sign person at work when it comes to maybe the inspiration of an Aquarius person. So now we're seeing like they thought this was worthwhile, and they don't normally talk unless it's a plan that they've done, finished, then they talk again. Do you get what I mean? So they kind of like try to distance themselves sometimes, maybe for some of you. And now they're demanding a great deal of respect from each other, but they don't want to get it. They're very magnetically connected to each other though. They follow each other. And they feel this Aquarius is going to get a lot of followers when their achievements with a Leo person as well. And that's what they're fighting over. That's what they're fighting over as well. They were spying and researching about the work of a Leo person and Aquarius person. So they can make a drastic change when it comes to their philosophy, beliefs. They were like leaving others up in the air to swing on their own opinions for some of them. So they were doing like supreme challenges to solve a really impossible problem. Can I just say impossible problem? Because this challenge is very impossible, what they created. You know why? Why there are too many mishaps? Because, you know, mishaps is created from the energy of bias. They were very prejudiced about the work of a Leo person and its inspiration with Aquarius person. So now, in order for that, what do you call that word? Back and forth, equal balance, and to overcome a situation, they're displaying a great deal of interest in science, into cult, to understand life's secrets. So these people are physically more into like the mystique of like practitioner rituals. It's very important to these two. So there's also like a love as well. They were looking at a fire sign and an Aquarius story about love. Now you've got journalists looking at these people. You know what's going to be called? A crime investigation. And that's what they're arguing about, a crime investigation when it comes to the achievements of what they did, extremists. So now they're looking at like they have to face a total reprisal of his or her life when it comes to philosophy to overcome an extremely unresolvable situation. Because these two are now fighting. They're fighting over white lies about love, passion, wisdom, knowledge, extremism. These people been studying. These two, I knew it. I saw, especially Genevieve in the kitchen. And look, it looks like a D, the pocket with a D person. That's why it come up to my head, because it's like a D in the kitchen. I'm telling you, her and this person talks a lot how to mix up like witch spells and that. And I think they sell it as well. I reckon this story is bigger than just me and Addy Wally. I think something bigger is going to be happening with this masculine. Because of what they did, there's something to do with cultism, something to do with that like extremism. I'm telling you, these two are not they're up to no good. Up to no good. So now they're fighting because they don't want a fire sign to achieve inspiration from an Aquarius person. They want him to stay in hopelessness and despair and focus on the negative. Because Taurus has bad business with a King of Cups. Because these two, they've been investigating, researching hard. These two. I love the cards, man. You can't lie to God enough. Yeah, endurance. Let me tell you, they've been playing with a fucking fire sign Leo person. I'm telling you, man. These two. Now you're looking at legacies, inheritance. Someone's fighting over someone's inheritance. Maybe a fire sign person, a Scorpio person. It could be like, as again, they're fighting over other people's money or a partner's money or possession. Could be a brother or a sister. Aries, the ability to go forward to this bad business, assertion. That's their actual state of mind. They actually play with dark spiritual practices for real. It's not even a joke. Well, obviously I saw it, but oh boy, someone's got to face the dragon. There's going to be one person standing. You know what, I'm going to be honest. I think because of someone's ego, I think you might even hear of an ending. Oh, look, I didn't even see that there. Oh, shit. Ending. Yeah, ending. Because that's what they wanted. And now, what you want for one, you got for the other. I reckon one of these two are going to switch on each other. And you're going to hear about ending. You know what I mean? Ending. Possibility. It's mad I said that. And the unalignment card is the transformation, inability to move forward. I told you, someone's ego is going to get the... It's going to... Extremisms, man. Discovery. Because now they're looking at discovery when it comes to house 9, you know. They discovered like the belief of philosophy. And they discovered that someone's going to be publishing a book. Alright. So now you're looking at understanding. Maybe someone has got higher learning, discovered about something higher learning. Somebody wants to travel. Maybe someone wants to travel from overseas to see someone. Maybe he wants to travel over to see a Queen of Wands. Maybe to have a conversation. Or travel to see a Aquarius person. But he discovered something. He discovered it and he was traveling to become an alignment to an Aquarius person. So now I know who my one is. The man. And his one is Genevieve, I guess. I don't know him now. Maybe I do. I don't even know. You know when people they think they know you, but they don't know you. But they probably know. I don't know. Someone comes to mind, but... Someone acting like a friend, masquerade as a friend, but it's not a friend. Probably never seen each other before. Someone's going public. Maybe a Leo person's going public. He's very excited about a new birth. Going public with a new project, new babies, new everything. Very optimistic. Very happy. Discovery. Someone discovered that somebody took action, ability to go abroad, to travel, to do unalignment for discovery of Aquarius person. And then they realized they felt a fucking dead horse. I'll never, ever forget Genevieve as long as I live. Never, ever in my life. Never, ever in my life. Okay, so now we have a discovery. Okay, about someone's philosophy. And now someone's looking at their culture or looking at foreign land, overseas. A discovery that was overseas. That somebody was working on something, intellect, innovation. Because they were looking at the energy of seeking to be direct into ending someone's life or ending someone's project. I can't believe this, man. Makes sense, you know, like people write your dreams down. The amount of times I see myself fighting, and there was a time I was slumped on the floor and I had it was like loads of bullet holes. I was in this white dress in this room all on by myself, and it's like my body was on the floor And energetically, it's like my soul was right, like I was dying. And then my head rose first, and then my arm rose up. And then I can feel the masculine over my whole body. And he went so fucking angry. He was growling like a real lion. And then my body went back down again into my body. I think these lot are doing something with energy. And that day I nearly died. Like 3 times I've nearly gone through this situation when it comes to energy. Because another time, the energy was so greater than me. I did have a knight in my hand, but I fell asleep straight away. And then the masculine came and he said, "Oh, you're all right." And I never said nothing. And then the higher self said, "Tell him the truth." And I said, "Ali, this really hurts." And then I woke up. It's like 2014 or something. It was years ago. It's these two. They're doing something. And now they're fighting, having bad arguments because there was misusing their intuition. So now they're looking at a situation, we're looking at authority. Someone feels like they're going to be isolated or flogging a dead horse when it comes to house 10. House 10 is about your status, about their public appearance when it comes to standing up in the community. They feel like they went enthusiastic, but now they understand they're flogging a dead horse. The enthusiasm was silly because now they're birthing. Yeah. Aquarius person, when it comes to 11, someone's friends, we're looking at one's relationship with a group of people, or we're looking at someone that's hope and dream. For a humanitarian person, somebody was very impulsive to work for a good cause, but somebody felt like they wanted to unalive the situation so they could be center of attention. This person and this Taurus person. So now he's looking at a situation where he wants to recover because he's flogging a dead horse when it comes to his career maybe, or his social status, or his attitude to parenting is poor choices. That's what I mean, poor choice when it comes to parenting as well. Gosh, don't get me started. Let me have to finish this. Let me have to finish this time before I switch on the man. Yeah, he's looking at divine feminine and divine masculine. All this time, we really are talking about the literati. I thought just someone came up from the situation. But no, he's looking at the generosity of a Leo person when it comes to his love affairs, when it comes to his family life. He's very much into family, you know. He's always wanting a family and a home to feel comfortable in. I saw at his mum, his foster mum, she said, "No woman's ever made him feel comfortable like you. She don't tell him." She don't tell him no. And I went on email and I said, "I'm going to learn from my lesson, you know." We went to Tesco's once. It was in the car park. And we went for a bite for lunch, right? In some coffee shop. I don't like going out. So as much as I might cuss and "You didn't take me nowhere," I don't like going out anyway, all right? So like, we went and had like jacket potato and tuna. And then I didn't eat all mine because I don't like eating from people. Because my dad brought me up that way because my he's a Rasta. So then I tried to eat it, but it was like, don't waste it. And that's what I like about him, you know. Oh my gosh. And since I don't waste my food. So then he's like, "Don't waste that food." I said, "No, I'm going to put it away." And I put it away in a container. And then later on that day, we went Tesco's. And then this man came towards us. He was hungry. This homeless man. I never said a word. I just ran, you know. And then I went to go and get the food for the homeless man. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me you were going?" I went, "Oh, sorry." Because I just ran off and done it. It was just a natural thing, you know what I mean? So this is where I feel like divine feminine and divine masculine, sometimes people take the kindness for someone's weakness because you're a very helpful friend, you know what I mean? So now you're looking at a situation where a friend who is well alike, and this is where I think his mum said, like, "Don't tell him anything." So I went on email because I'm learning from the Tesco situation because he looked really like, I think only since his mum said the comfortability, I realised I feel like That small little thing, he was quite shocked because no one tells him information. Because I was like, something so little. He's like, why don't you tell me? Now I get it. Now I get it, you know? So I went and told him. I said, well, your mum said I shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So I'm learning from the Tesco situation. I'm never going to hide nothing from him ever again. And this is why he gets thousands of emails every day. No, I'm not doing that. I like transparency. And it looks like this one, he's been broken from a child to fucking 47, 80. Wow, what is bloody Addy Wally? Jesus, it's not fair, man. It's wrong. Maybe Leo's looking at flirtation, fulfillment of the indecision. Someone feels influenced by someone's fortune of seduction. So you bring in discrimination. You've got to bring in authorities now because a manipulation happened with a Taurus person being very defensive of a Scorpio person. So we're looking at maybe Sagittarius trying to bring in liberation or balance because a Taurus person was very defensive, or a Pisces person trying to escape the situation, trying to detach, acting like they're separate. They want to protect their property. It's not happening because they're quarreling. Told you, they're fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting, man. Yeah, they're trying to bring order. They're too impulsive, man. Come this organization, comes to lust and their ideas about inheritance. Yeah, about charity now. Concentration on someone's, they were concentrating on the Aquarius person. The Pisces person was thinking and concentrating about Aquarius person. Now they're thinking and concentrating on a Leo person when it comes to publicity and speculation about a Pisces person. And then a Taurus person going in to use a romance for money, for a partner's money, other people's property. They were devoted to it. In this love affair with a Leo person. Now they're frigid now. Because they're going to try and adapt to Verena's ability to be a rebel. Because I said to you, yes, Taurus now. You know, fickle, man. Yeah, they bluffed themselves in. That's why. Yeah, into submission. Yeah, ego now. Oh, Karmics, congratulations, man. You deserve a fucking Oscar. I tell ya. Remember, walk in love, talking truth. Bye, guys.